Welcome to the Dan Stevens Show. I just want to say before I start, I don't want to sound like I'm going through some sort of hardship. Everybody is, I think, but I'm learning more about the pressures of the life that I'm leading in the old head. I didn't know you could have so many things in your head at once, and I'm going to talk about, and there can be good things. There can be a lot of positive things in your head at once, but it still makes your head feel full and feel the pressure. Like, for example, over the weekend, so it's Wednesday night now. It's Wednesday afternoon, but it's dark in Ireland. I'm doing my best with the lighting here. I think it's pretty good. By the way, sorry, these are my caps, by the way. I got these made in America. When I did a big show over there. I think I got 50 of them. I have 45 left. I rotate 2 of them. That's one. And then I sold 2. So, thanks to anyone who bought one of them. I have them on Etsy. And there's been absolutely no interest. It's a mulligator cap. That's what I call it, the mulligator. My little sister Molly drew that design for me. It's an alligator with a mullet. I talk about my mullet in my stand-up, and I talk about alligators. I have a soft spot for alligators and great white sharks, crocodiles as well. But that's beyond the point. I'm not going to start talking about that again. So at one point on Sunday afternoon, I had recorded the last episode with Stephen Cowboy Kelly, with Dylan as well. Trying to organise all of that was logistically very difficult. He is a busy man, and he's doing something that's, I don't know, a lot of Irish influencers and Irish actors and Irish singers and comedians, they influence us from afar, I think, but this man is in the thick of it. He lives in Ireland, has kids in Ireland, and he's become this massive influence, and so he has so many people talking to him all the time. So many followers on Instagram, getting so many messages, a lot going on. So you have to kind of accept that you're going to be in the queue for him responding to you about things that you might want to know, and it's fine. And it's fine, but it's difficult. And then just wanting to get the lighting, the sound, the video, the editing. Get all that right in the first place was great. It was a great relief to get that episode done, I have to say. And if you ask me, did I enjoy it? I'd say no, I didn't. I enjoy eating Jaffa cakes freshly out of the fridge for 3 hours. I enjoy a silk cut silver after a gig with a Coke, 0 caffeine, 0 sugar. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy the 15 minutes tonight that I'll be on stage. I'm supporting or doing a gig with Emma Doran tonight. Supporting her. Who cares? And tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. It means there'll be a big audience there to tell my jokes to. But I enjoy that. I actually enjoy those cheap Mars bars and Snickers bars out of Super Value. Again, in the fridge. Basically fridge chocolate. I enjoy that thoroughly. I enjoy the odd pint of Guinness. A creamy pint. As a recent guest once said, those are the things I enjoy. This now to me is becoming challenging. It's a different type of enjoyment. It's more fulfillment than enjoyment, doing this with the comedy and I know I did it for years myself. I was an electrician, working 8 to sitting in traffic all the time. I haven't had to do that for over 2 years now, and that's a privilege to me because I got some money. I got money from a botched knee operation that nearly killed me, and then my auntie passed away, and I got a fraction of the money from that house sale. So that has kept me going and allowed me to continue with this endeavour. But to have a big guest like him on this and then he was on me and Dane Frisbee's stand-up show that night as well. It's massive, you know. It's just like, I don't know what to equate it to, but it takes up a lot of your headspace, you know. And at the same time, yesterday, Tuesday, was the court day for my Florida trial. 3 times so far I've had trials and they've been put back and back, forward, whatever you call it, delayed, because the paperwork hasn't been right. I got a plea deal for my DUI arrest in Florida last November. I've been working with an attorney for over a year now to try and get it sorted. There's been about 11 court dates, and finally it's done with now, and I have been sentenced. I'll go through it in more detail in the next episode with Dylan McDonough. But that's done with. That was on my mind. Brighton Fringe Festival, Comedy Festival, Fringe. I don't know why they call it the Fringe. Edinburgh Fringe, is it? Because it's on the outskirts or something. I don't know. Whatever. Brighton Comedy Festival. He's messaging me saying, look, you need to pay your final registration. Yeah, it's all good stuff. It's good, but there's loads of it at once. And I remember standing there on Sunday. I had 2 gigs on Sunday night. I was headlining Belly Laughs Comedy in the Turk's Head, and I was running the weekly gig in Bruxelles in Dublin with Terry O'Neill, top class man. And by the way, I forgot to mention Quinner. All the talk about Guinness in the last episode. Me mate, a couple of my mates, but especially my best mate Quinner, he's a brewer in there, and I never even mentioned him. Sorry, Quinner. Anyway, I'm glad that episode worked out well, but I'm standing there on Sunday and it's about 5 o'clock. I want to be in town for about 7. And I'm like, I have to do something here. My head is totally full of stuff. And it's stuff that I can't push to the side. It's just full. So I said, you know what I'll do? I'll go for a run. I'll run the 2.8 kilometres around the block. Well, I don't run it. I do 200 jogging, don't I? And then walk 100 to enjoy it a bit. Look around, go. I enjoy that catching of the breath. It's kind of satisfying. And then reloading and going again, you know. But the catching of the breath is a nice feeling, I think. You know, when you're out of breath and you go, oh, it's 100 metres to just recover. Just suits me. It's anaerobic exercise as far as I know. I went out and did that anyway. And I came back and the stuff was still in my head. But I was like, right, I'm ready to go now. And as the days have gone on, one by one, the things have sorted themselves out or have been sorted out. Now it's down to the pressure to get the right clips for the episode. With Stephen Cowboy Kelly. What a legend for coming on, by the way. Absolutely great to have someone like that done that, you know, for me. But the pressures that come with it are real. You know, you want to get it right. You don't want to make a balls of it. I've made a balls of 4 or 5 episodes in the last year or so since I started doing the video and the sound and stuff. But I got it pretty good, I think. And I hope you enjoyed it. And it's just all about trying to until I build my own kind of following. You're trying to just I don't know what it is. It's like trying to squeeze into a photograph you don't belong in or something. You know, just here, look, I'm in the picture as well, and you don't deserve to be. I mean, I'm like I've said it before. These people are selling tickets left, right and centre. I'm a Sparks electrician, you know, still in my head. And I am, but yeah, it gets tiring. And then Jesus, so I do grievance counselling. Is that what it's called? Grievance counselling every Monday morning at 11 o'clock, and I went to that. I didn't want to go, and I went to that, and the way that place works is it's out in Swords, and there's a barrier into an underground. It's a car park, sheltered car park, and it belongs to Care Choice, which is like an old folks' home, I think. Then on the left is my therapy place. I said Pieta House, it's called. Brilliant people, by the way. And well, I don't know all of them. Some of them could be, whatever. But anyway, this was my 6th session in there. Hadn't been in a couple of weeks because I was away last week and my therapist was away the week before. And usually I press the button and it goes barrier opening, and then you just go in and I park in the car park and I'm right there. This time a real woman answers. She's like, "Can I help you?" I was like, "Oh no, what the and I only had I was right on time. So to go out there and try and find parking I would have been late. I wasn't expecting this. It never happened before. And I'm not supposed to be parking in there. She's like, I said, "I'm going in for my therapy." And I made my voice kind of crack a bit. "I'm going in for my therapy." I don't know why I did that, but it was a pretty good idea, I think, on the spot. "I'm going in for my therapy." And see, in my head at that time, I had the choice to either say, "Yeah, I need to see my granny urgently. She's near the end." Or else it'd be like, "I need to see my therapist urgently. I'm near the end," in my head. But I was like, "Oh, I don't know. They might ask my granny's name." And then I'd be like, I just know her as Granny. I don't know. I never called her by her surname. Anyway, I just said, please, can I just go in? I'm late for my therapy. I'll park somewhere else next week. And she's like, "Okay, for this week then," and then let me in, thankfully. Anyway, that's besides the point, but just it's amazing you can have, well, everything goes on in our heads, doesn't it? I mean, you do have to physically wake up sometimes and you have to drive in what is now incredible levels of traffic around Dublin or Ireland, wherever you have to drive. You might have to live in a desolate place. But it's all about the old management of the noggin, isn't it? It's how you perceive things and how you frame them. The one thing I've had is that I've had my brother in the last year or so coming to me in a lot of dreams. And it would make me very upset. I'd wake up and I thought he was still alive, but he's not. And I'd wake up and I'd be like, I'd be crying, waking up because the dream filled me. But now I've decided to frame it as that he's just coming to tell me, like, look after yourself, man, I decide to frame it as like, if he comes, it's like, look, you need to take it easy on the biscuits, get a bit better sleep, go for a few more runs, lift a few weights, like he used to do in real life. He used to gently nudge me towards that, so it's how you frame things. If you're worried about stuff, try and frame it in a way that's manageable. So yeah, my plan today for this podcast was I want to go back to the old format that I had for the first 80 episodes or so, whatever it was, of The Truth Is In There, where I go through my Google searches. I'm excited to do that again. I was looking at them today. So I will be doing that, but just today I felt like I wanted to just let you know, if you're of any interest. Look, his accent is catching on to me. About, we say we enjoy things, don't we? But really it's just a lot of pressure. Now, don't get me wrong. Having a massive guest like that on the podcast, I'm now sharing clips and stuff online, deciding if they're the right clips or not. Will they bring people to this podcast? I don't know. So the enjoyment isn't until you see the fruits of your labour sometimes. Sometimes it's just a lot of pressure, then it's a relief. and then more. So yeah, I'll be doing a show with the great Emma Doran tonight and Patzer Murray, who I'm going to get on the podcast soon, by the way. He was on it a while ago in the storytelling season. Paul Marsh has very kind of him to give me these gigs. Delighted to be doing them. Paul Marsh has the Filmity podcast, by the way. You should check that out. Him and Carl Spain and Johnny Candon. I've been listening to it. Really interesting. Film and comedy. They talk about their favourite films, actors and stuff. 3 great comedians. And very interesting. Some people are just interesting. So, yeah. That's where I'm at. If you must know. I like letting you know these things. I tried to think about what is the end goal here with this podcast and with everything. But the beauty is in not knowing. Because if I was following someone else, then I'd know the end goal because it would be their end goal. But I'm not. I'm doing it my own way. And I'm really glad to have you along for the ride. There will come a point where I might set up a subscription, a really cheap subscription thing or something, so I can start to recoup or just get some sort of reward. But I don't think it's. I want to have a really good product for everyone. So that's what I'm trying to do. As you can see my breath. See my breath. The history of this building, by the way. This historic building, it's been here about a year. 6 months. This building has been here. The studio. It's like a aluminium shed that's coloured like wood. I've now transformed this half of it into a podcast studio. The other half is a ski erg, a punch bag, a rowing machine. It's a weights bench, a squat rack. Everything was taken apart. We had to move this whole building because my father is building a house in the garden, lovely wooden house for me that I'm moving into soon. My existing house is, I live in a house with my sister. We have a little apartment each within a bungalow. That's getting knocked. My sister's building a house. Anyway, he wouldn't like me telling you all this business, but that's how it is. So yeah. Looking forward to Dane Frisbee's show on Friday night. Oh, he's working hard lately, man. He's some comedian. You should check him out. Adam. Dane Frisbee Comedy. He's a good friend of mine. I've had him on before as well. There's a big backlog of episodes that are just audio that you might enjoy. The Truth Is In There. It was great. It was really fun. I loved doing it. And I'm going to be going back to that kind of thing on solo episodes very soon. Shouting out a lot of people today, haven't I? But I look at things as like, you can go up and down, but once you're going forward, you go up, down, but just keep going forward. Try to keep going forward in the right direction, roughly. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Well, wait, was there anything else I was going to talk about? The Mulligator caps are on Etsy. Give me a shout if you want to buy one. These episodes for me now are a bit... I think cathartic is the right word. Let me just check that. If that is the right word, and that's what I'm trying to say, my God, I'll be very impressed with myself. But I will check my phone now. Please just give me a second. Oh my God. Providing psychological relief through the open expression of strong emotions. That's exactly what these episodes are, and I'll tell you, it's when I do these episodes, I I take my laptop into my house and everything to edit stuff, and I'm like, what did I even just say there? What was I talking about? I hope that I can connect with people that are listening and watching. I'm supposed to be a comedian. I think comedy is the way you view things as well, though. It's not like a thing. Like, me being miserable on stage for 20 minutes is very funny. But it doesn't make me any less miserable. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't true misery, people wouldn't laugh because they can tell. Audiences can tell when they're not being real. Like, if I was up there being like, hello, everybody. Isn't it great? Oh, sure. Yeah, it's great when people, whatever, you know. So, just because you generate laughter doesn't always mean you're happy. which gives, when I question myself, you're supposed to be doing a comedy podcast. I've come to the realization that, yeah, I'm not going to be, sometimes things are, you say funny stuff, but comedy really is whatever you think is funny. So if you think this is funny, great. If you don't think it's funny, great. I don't, you know. Anyway. Shark is not for sale. Rubik's Cube is not for sale. Caps, I have a load of them there. If you want one, get in touch. I'll model one for you now. Look. Still has the cardboard in it. I have to, my head is massive. That's one thing I realised as well, getting the guests on. Huge head. Barely fits like that, look. If you'd be interested in a mulligator cap, call 1800 mulligator. No, just go on Etsy. Or get in touch with me. Send me a message. They're alright though, aren't they? Trucker caps. I don't know if I'm yet to meet a man or a woman with a bigger head than me. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching the usual follow blah blah blah. Wherever you're probably following already. If you're new, just whatever. Yeah. I have to say it, don't I? Why do you have to say that? Anyway, you know how to do it on Spotify. If you give a good rating, that really helps somehow, I think. Or follow, share with everybody. Put it up on a big billboard somewhere. And then like, subscribe, and so I'm a minnow at the moment in the YouTube game. A minnow, but it's grown a little bit, you know. Getting a few views now. Used to get nothing. It's getting a few views now, so that's great. Anyway, see you later. Thanks, good luck. Bye bye. Chicken in the oven.